You're listening to Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt.
Hey, I'm Joey.
I'm Wes.
I'm Brian. Welcome to episode 63 of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. It's a podcast where we talk about gravel bike events, bike packing, and adventure bikes of all flavors. Have you guys ever flavored a gravel bike?
Twice.
Yeah. Salsa comes in many flavors.
So if the sound is a little bit sketch this week, it's because we are all in remote locations recording via Skype.
Quarantined.
Yeah, we are under quarantine. Wes is up in Michigan.
I had to get farther away.
Joey is in the Solomon's Beat Lab, and I'm in my in-home studio, a.k.a. my bedroom. And we are being socially responsible and minimizing contact. I think we're stand-up guys.
We are.
You guys are. I
But
touched
we're
like
sitting down.
500 people today.
Dude, I got sent home early today.
It is good to see your face, Wes, even though it is like two-dimensional. Oh, he's winking at me.
Everything's kind of grainy.
That's so sweet. I love it. So tonight we're going to talk about coronavirus and how it's impacting the gravel community. We're going to take a look at the new Salsa Storm Chaser and talk a little bit. What was the other thing? We're going to do a little recap and talk a little bit about Mid-South. Anything else? I think that's what's on our list. So any new support this week from listeners, Joey?
We have the CDC coming in.
Wish they got big bucks.
Actually, we have Matthew from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Picked him up with some swag that I just sent out today. I was going to say it's on the way, but I rhymed too much.
He ordered 2 different sticker packs, didn't he?
Yeah, he got a fan pack and the road less traveled, or pavement ends, whatever we're calling that.
Oh, nice. Nice. Thank you, Matt from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. That's awesome. So what are you guys drinking over there today? Hold them up. Let me see them. Shout them out.
I've got
that
short
blueberry.
Damn.
This is going to be...
This is going to be worse than in person.
We should hold our hand up, but there's also a lag.
We'll figure it out. Go ahead, Wes.
I've got a Shorts Brew, an Uber Goober peanut butter stout.
Nice. It looks good. Looks like a nice artwork on the label there too.
It's fun. Yeah,
Nice.
it's a peanut with pants on with a cape.
I get a picture of that. Joey, what's up with your glass?
Out of my custom-made GTD pint glass, I have that blueberry bullshit from Ready Duck.
Oh, that stuff's really good, but it's gluten-free.
I got multiple growlers full because they were clearing out the bar last night.
We were in there the other night, and the waiter came over, and I asked him for that blueberry ale, but he brought it, and I said, "Is that gluten-free?" And he said, "Yes, it is gluten-free." And I said, "Could you please add some gluten for me, please?"
Was that bikepacking night one?
Yes, yeah. I was waiting for him to bring it with a loaf of bread in the side or something.
You know what point I just hit in my life where I have to bounce back from?
Adulthood.
I got to the Ready Duck the other night, and the lady knew what I was going to drink.
Oh.
And I was like, no, I'm going to get sweet tea.
That's a good problem.
I got a question about Ready Duck, and maybe one of you guys can answer it. Do they brew their own beer, or do they bring that in from somewhere else?
Pretty sure
They
they
brew
brew their own.
Okay, because the brewery room there never looks like there's anything going on in it.
Oh, no, they had, it was all bubbling the other day.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, like I saw stuff happening because I always forget to look. And I'm like, do they actually do it? But I've been averaging 3 times a week for the Ready Duck in the last 3 weeks, I think.
Well, now
Not anymore.
Jess is gone for a couple of weeks, so...
Yeah. Well, they're closed down, too, for 2 weeks.
Oh, that's right. Duh.
Hence like the $5 growler refills.
So all of my spring tours have been shut down due to COVID-19. I went from being like either having a gravel race or an event or a trip planned or a tour all the way through like I think sometime in May, and I went from being fully booked to now I have basically nothing going on. So it's a lot of lost income. So it's a little sketchy. So we need our Patreon folks to step up.
You want to work at the bike shop?
Do I have to touch people or talk to people?
No, man. I was so precautious today, and I still had like a record day.
Yeah, we got to talk about that. So tell us about your day. The first day with like major shutdowns here in Maryland because the bars and the restaurants are closed. Everything's like, social distance. So tell us about the day at the bike shop.
So I woke up, was kind of stretched, look out the window, still naked, got up. Or do you want to hear like me at work?
No, I want to hear more of that.
You can keep going. You can tell us anything you want to say.
It was a little cold, so nothing impressive. My house is at 62 right now. No,
Billy always keeps it at 69.
That's too hot, man. No, I put out a big statement this morning. We had all the Clorox stuff at work. I have disinfectant spray. We have gloves. I had everyone clean the shop when we got in there. I put a sign on the door. And I kind of let people know, and you would have thought it's just spring break.
Wow.
It was packed.
Wow.
So right off the bat, we had a couple come in. They're like, well, we like going to the gym a lot, so we can't do that now. We need a bike for the next few weeks. So they bought a couple bikes. Then another couple comes in, and then another. We sold a bunch of bikes today.
Holy cow.
Well, maybe because they had all that free time that's coming up, and they're like, they need something to do.
Yeah,
and gyms are closed.
That's what it was.
Yeah, gyms are closed. So, yeah, that makes actually a lot of sense.
I mean, we had and people just bought stuff because we had it. Like a guy's running around the neighborhood with a trailer. He bought a specialized chisel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That sold. That was supposed to sell before I left. Yeah.
I ordered a guy a Venge Pro. I ordered a guy a Roubaix Pro. I ordered a guy a Stumpy. And then now I have to restock all those bikes. So I have a huge stock order coming too.
Good grief.
Dang, son. Everyone needs a Corona now.
Oh, no, don't say that. Don't say that.
We're taking all the money from the restaurant business and putting it in bike shops.
So in Maryland, to give everybody a little bit of context, in Maryland, bars and restaurants are closed down. Gyms are closed down. Spas are closed down. But you can still do carry out and drive through and pick up from restaurants, but it's curbside. And I'm going to tell you, I went to Chick-fil-A for lunch, and they are not short on business, buddy. That line was off the hook. It was so long.
Well, say everyone's been packed though today. Solomon's, there must have been hundreds of people walking.
Yeah, it's like the opposite of what they want to have happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although we were talking today with Ted on our group message, it feels like Thursday night, and we'll get to it, the night we all got together for Croatan. Mm-hmm. It feels like it was a long time ago already.
Yeah, it feels like it was a lifetime ago, and it was just
there's so much going on.
It's crazy how fast everything exploded here. And exploded everywhere. It's bizarre. So tell us what's going on in Michigan, Wes.
I think it's about the same as you guys. I think because I started my job, right, and I don't have kids, but there's some people in my onboarding group that has kids, and they're like, oh, they just closed the schools on us last night, so people were scrambling to figure out what they were gonna do with their kids last Friday. And then Monday, they closed everything down. So was that yesterday? Today's Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Bars, restaurants, everything closed down at 3 p.m. It was fun because it was and it wasn't, right? So a couple of us had to take a state exam. We had to drive an hour away to take it. We come back and everybody passed. So we're like, all right, let's go get beers. So everything was closed. We didn't realize they closed everything down, but there was one bar that was open. It was packed.
Oh, my.
And everybody's drinking. Everybody's having a good time. And any time 15 minutes would go, they're like, hour 45 to close basically.
Oh.
And they were just on top of it. Yeah, it's more or less it's quieted down.
I will say I rode yesterday and I tried to do as many miles in Solomon's as I could, and it was a pain in the ass because of all the people.
Yeah,
I rode down there yesterday and today, and it's the same thing.
It was definitely a good workout. I was telling Mike it was more like I was doing intervals because I was a constant stop and speed up real quick and stop and speed up real quick.
Yeah,
all the cars. But I did 20 miles without going north of Ruddy Duck.
Wow. Did you loop anything twice?
I doubled a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say you had to double some stuff up.
Yeah. I did every road I could, and I think I did Asbury 6 times. It's a mile loop if you go out to the stop sign.
Should make it like a crit, the Asbury crit.
And I think I did the Island twice, and yeah. But just the amount of, I'm like, man, what are these people doing?
I rode yesterday. I did 30 something yesterday, and then I rode today, but I took it easy today. Did 25. I'm not exactly sure how we're supposed to approach being on a bike right now. I mean,
don't crash.
As long as you're by yourself and not in a group or with a few people, I guess.
So
right?
maybe that. So staying out of groups, staying away from people is a good thing.
I did announce a group ride on Saturday. And I had 12 people show up.
Yeah, but that was before. That was when things were getting ready to go south. They hadn't really gone south yet.
Mid-south.
Yeah. And you're right. I mean, be cautious because you don't want to get hurt and have to end up in a hospital with a collarbone or something like that. And, The hospitals are kind of already overrun, so you got to be responsible there. I mean, what else is it? You're by yourself, you're outdoors, so I think riding is fine. Just be careful, be cautious. But for me, I mean, it's like I need to ride to keep like mentally sound, and because when you do it every day, it's a part of like if I don't ride for a few days, I get really grumpy and ugly.
It's good if you don't ride though.
Do what?
It's good if you're feeling like deflated and you haven't ridden.
What's that?
You take a stand start and inject it to your leg.
It's like
you just stab it in
like an EpiPen. Yeah,
like an EpiPen. We should have covered that in our first aid class not too long ago. What happens if your leg pops? Stick a stand start in it, and that'll be the only time any of us have ever used a stand start.
I wonder if that would work for blood.
Like clot, like if you got a big hole. Yeah, actually. So if you get shot with an arrow, you're not supposed to pull it out. So, but in this instance, you could actually pull it out and then reinsert a stand dart, and you could keep riding at that point.
This is fine. Graded medical advice. Yeah.
Joey just jumped up and ran away. I'm thinking he's having a corned beef emergency.
Aren't we all sometimes?
So, yeah, I mean, you still got to get out. You still got to ride. You just got to be cautious. Don't do anything stupid. I worry about people going out mountain biking. I don't think I'd be wanting to be in a trail and go hard and run into a tree and, I don't know.
Yeah, but you're on the road. You got cars. You got, it's kind of one risk for another.
I've gotten more hurt on the road than I have in a mountain bike, so I don't know. I think it's just you got to be smart. Maybe that's it. Just be smart.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I'll probably ride my bike a handful of times this week, actually. So.
Yeah. How are the roads up there?
They're great. I mean, where I'm at right now, I probably have probably about a 15, 20 mile loop that I've got just out of my house.
Oh, nice.
Which is pretty cool.
Nice.
And it's all beautiful roads, so that's kind of exciting. Now that I've got some time to do it, I'll probably go do it.
I'm excited for you. What's the weather?
The weather's actually been pretty mild. I think I brought spring with me when I came up. We've had like a couple of nights where it like sleeted a little bit, but other than that, it's been mostly in like the 40s and like low 50s during the day. So pretty mild. It gets kind of cold at night, but pretty good.
So you've been at the new job for a week. Things going well there? This is like West Ketchup.
It's been rough. So we have to pay it. So anybody who doesn't know, I am working for a company called Haggerty, which does like, they call themselves like a motor sports, like lifestyle brand or whatever, but they sell insurance for like specialty vehicles. So if you got like a collector car or whatever, they do insurance for it. So I had to pass a state licensing exam for that, which was ridiculously hard. So if I wasn't at work, I was at home studying all last week.
Okay.
So that's why I was super busy, and I didn't have time to do anything. And now we passed on Monday, and ever since then it's been, that was yesterday, and it feels like forever. There's been so much, like it's kind of surreal. Yeah. So tomorrow I'll probably go ride my bike or go for a hike or something like that.
Is Vikram as good a salesman as they say he is?
Well, Vikram was the best.
We got Vikram.
Yeah.
I don't want to forget that.
Oh, I wanted to address some things from last podcast.
Yes, please. Oh, that means you listened?
I listened for part of it, and then I haven't listened to the rest. I'll probably finish it.
You didn't hear about
tomorrow.
The moist fart, did you?
No, I didn't hear that part.
Okay, anybody that missed episode 62, go listen to the moist fart. Go ahead, Wes.
Well, first, I did leave my wheels there. That sucks. Second,
that
fire pit that I left in Joey's truck, I brought that back from your garage. My intention was to load it in the U-Haul, and I went to shuffle some things around, and the leg broke off. So I was like, I'm not bringing a broke fire pit with me, so we're going to throw it out. So it was supposed to go to the landfill.
Where is it, Joey?
It's behind the shop because I delivered kayaks yesterday.
Okay.
And then I left poop in Joey's toilet because Joey doesn't own a scrub brush, apparently. So I don't know how any of his toilets are clean.
Hey, man, Weiss is up the street. I had to scrub your shit. You left clothes, a makeup mirror.
Clothes?
And
What
your
clothes did I
wheel.
leave?
There's a pair of pants and a shirt upstairs I haven't sent you pictures of.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. Maybe they don't fit
If
me.
not, I'll put them in the clothes bin by the store.
Just put them in the clothes bin by the store.
What's going on in Strava, Joey? Let's get moving. You started talking about poop in a toilet, and I'm done with that.
Who doesn't have a brush?
Go get a brush.
You've lived there since like July.
You could have used his toothbrush.
That's not my fault.
I got a new electric. I'm not putting that in the toilet.
All right, Chris Richardson from Greenville, Delaware, came at 134.4.
Good job, Chris.
Pete LaRoe LaRue?
LaRue?
Isn't that like that clothing company?
Haven't we seen them before?
P. LaRue.
He's from Phoenix. All right, Pete from Phoenix, Arizona came in at 153.6. Dale from Dale's Pale Ale. No, he's just from Pennsylvania, but he won the Gruss giveaway. Dale Fogg came in at 129.1.
From
yeah.
Sewickley, Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I was afraid that was some like Uranus thing, so I didn't say it.
Nope. I told you I'm not doing that anymore. I'm done with that.
You said that the first time.
No, I'm done now with childish games. You can trust me.
You need to bring it back.
We're up to 119.9 for the top 100 this week. And we are up to 572 from 562.
Nice.
And if you're not on there, strava.com/clubs/gravel, travel, and dirt.
When we get to 600, Wes has to come back, right?
I'll try. I might not be allowed to come out of the state.
Joey, do you want to dive right into your tech tip of the week? You going to talk about waxing again?
Or a flat kit.
Man.
You might get a flat, get a kit.
Here's a tech tip that I don't have. Actually, I got my new shoes I didn't talk about, my RX-8s.
Yes, they're so hot.
So this is going to be part of the tech tip. Those things are awesome. Like I put them on, rode the average Joe. I rode them the other day. So I got new pedals too. And that's my tech tip. Check how tight your cleat is set up, or the retention on the pedal.
Did you try to clip out?
Oh man, those things came so tight. I almost fell over like 4 times. Like why? Like is it new cleats? It's like why is this not working?
Wait, what kind of pedals were they?
I just got XT and so I put them on the All City too. I was like, holy shit! And I got one of those soft ride stem things.
Oh, the shift step.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff I forgot to talk about.
The Redshift. Do you want to backtrack? And you see, this is why we write show notes, Joey.
I didn't even talk about anything. I didn't realize we had done our sections yet.
Well,
yeah, me neither.
That was kind of what was there in the show notes that we were going
You just
through.
told me you just asked me how Michigan was, and I said it was shut down.
I was giving you a lead in.
All right.
I don't understand what that
Well,
is.
we're gonna back it up a little
Backtrack.
bit. Okay, Joey, what are all the things that you want to talk about that aren't in the show notes?
Shoes, pedals, stem, Jessica's bike. All right. So I got RX-8 shoes. They finally showed up on the Thursday of Croatan. I was like, F yeah, man. I'm going down. I'm happy. And then Obama canceled everything. Those things are hot, and they fit like a glove. There was no break-in period with those. I was a little afraid the toe box compared to – I've only owned Specialized shoes for everything. Yes, Brian?
Just when you were done, I was going to go next. Those shoes are so hot. I swear.
But
I want
they're
some.
so hot, but they're so affordable, and they're so comfortable.
But I don't think I could pull them off. I do not
You
think.
can get the black camo.
Yeah, because I mean, Joe, you style, man. You got style, and I swear you pull that stuff off, and I would look like a, I don't know, 2-bit pimp. But
well, if you
ahead.
pulled it off, you'd be naked. No, man. Like my next pair of road shoes are going to be Shimano Spheres, like their road version of those.
I'm in the market for all kind of new shoes. My shoes are so old and
Your
so
shoes are
busted.
so old and danky.
They are bad.
In the bike industry, we call that clapped out.
They are so done.
Highly recommend. Short-term review. I'll do a long-term review later. But I plan on not wearing road shoes for a while and just riding that on my All City and stuff. Very, very highly recommended. And their MSRP is only $250. And when I say only $250, I think they're more comfortable than my $400 S-Works shoes.
Wow, that's saying something.
Yeah.
All right,
Got a
it's
set of.
so hot right now.
Oh yeah, and they're like so camo. I got a set of XT trail pedals to go with them, and those are actually really comfortable, road widening wise. And I put a Redshift. Like I got all this stuff for Croatan.
Oh man.
And I actually pulled off the 0 hour, like 2 hours worth of labor setting it up. I set my Sequoia up pretty badass with like parts from all my bikes, and then they canceled it. Like I got to the shop like at 8:00 and I finished up right before 11 to set it up.
We'll recap our whole Corona tan.
And the Redshift came in, and my only downside. All right, so Redshift real quick, and I won't talk too much longer. So I set up my Redshift to my body weight, which is not the lightest. My only complaint is I'm actually going to scale back a little bit because I think it's too stiff.
You might want to ride it a little bit first.
It's a grower,
Well, I
not
have.
a shower.
Yeah, I feel like.
I mean, I only got like 50 miles in the last few days, but
yeah,
I feel like it needs I just need to go down to like the size under me.
I mean, you can try. You should try. Play with it. Definitely. We talked about that last week. Play with stuff. Play with yourself.
Yeah. I feel like this kind of crosses over. So we'll get back to Corona Tan, but I took off the crank, obviously, from Jessica's Diverge for yours.
Oh, right. We had a whole bunch of
we Frankenstein some bikes for this bike race.
What did you guys do? It's only been gone for like a week.
There's so much. There's bike parts everywhere, just laid out all over the battlefield. So I was like, oh, well, I had a GRX. I turned Jessica's Diverge into 1x with a GRX derailleur.
That makes sense for her, actually.
And
makes a lot of sense.
It's been a long time coming, and I finally had the opportunity, so I took the crank off the crux because I already have all these Frankensteins. And I took the chain ring and I set it up with a 40 tooth, and she loved it. So I actually ordered everything Shimano today, and it showed up today. So she got a new GRX crank. We have the derailleur. We have an SLX cassette and a Shimano chain. And it was way better because she would never shift the left side anymore. So she only used like little ring and then 1128. So now she's got 1142 with a 40 up front, and then we'll play around with that.
Nice.
She's gonna be so happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only I hate Specialized because their spec sheet and finding parts and stuff like the bottom bracket they put on the Diverge, the size, it blows. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Well, now it's all threaded, isn't it?
It is. Well, what was your
the carbon.
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 Yeah, hers is
pressed.
carbon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian just threaded.
But I think even the Roubaix was threaded, though. Is it not?
The new Roubaix is threaded, yes.
Yeah. It's weird that the Verge was not.
Brian's Roubaix is threaded.
Yeah, mine is threaded.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean the new Roubaix, like the Future Shock Roubaix.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just pisses me off. But I'm also not a big fan of the BB86 and the Salsa Warbird, but I like the Warbird better than the Diverge. But it is what it is, you know.
Did you guys buy Warbirds yet?
I was actually really close. I was ignorant, and our QVP rep was in the other day before all this hit the fan. And he actually brought in an All-City Zigzag. And mine was sitting up front. He's like, oh yeah. It's like, yours is cool.
Wait, Wes or the guy from Baltimore?
No, the guy from Richmond, the one Mike or Mark.
Oh yeah.
He's pretty cool. Yes, Brian.
You gonna get those purple pan erasers? Those
I'll get to that. I told you I got so much to talk about. This is the Joey episode.
Keep going.
But I was always, because you could buy a Tiagra. So for everyone, the Tiagra build of the Warbird right now is on sale for like $1,900, which is pretty solid. Mm-hmm. Get to your local bike shop. There's not many sizes left. And I was like, man, my cost, I can buy that cheaper than the whole frame. And I realized the fork is different on the frame set.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, the frame set is a carbon steer tube, which I guess dramatically changes weight and ride quality. It's like, but I could buy a whole bike and then strip it and sell the parts. But we'll see. I don't know. I rode the Sequoia on the Average Joe. Man, that thing just felt so good with my my road wheels on with like 38 slicks.
I bet that was comfy.
Yeah, time to sell the Crux. I'm not even kidding.
I've got a sucker lined up for you.
No, it's just not my style, man. I'm a Sequoia, bro. Yeah, Brian?
No, Wes said you got a sucker lined up for a bike that Joey's trying to get rid of, and I'm like,
I told Brian, I need to swap that over tomorrow.
You want me to bring that down to
I've
you?
been saying that for like the last 3 days.
You want me to bring the you need to pull the stuff that's Jessica's, the crank arms off of my Diverge to go back over there.
The only reason I want to do that is because it's a crank arm length, and I actually went to 165 for GRX setup.
Yeah, I'll bring it down tomorrow. You can come get it off the back of the truck, and I'll just stay in the truck to avoid any infection.
Panaracer dropped purple and more OD green tires for the Gravel King series.
That is going to look so sweet on that All City.
They look HIWT. The green would look good on the if you didn't love your Pathfinder so much.
Yeah,
the green would look really good on the Diverge.
Doesn't Eric have the green tires?
He does on his tie bike.
Like the SKs or whatever?
Yeah. I love those slick ones. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could dig more into what I'm going to babble about for Croatan talk, but I forgot a lot of stuff in my recap.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get to Croatan. So, Coronatan, whatever you want to call it.
And then the Storm Chaser we'll talk about, but yeah, Jess is pushed like a week out because of Corona.
Wes, what about you? Do you have anything? I fed you Michigan. You talked about Michigan, and then I feel like I cut you off. So is there anything else that you need to bring us up to speed on in the life of Wes?
No, I don't think so. I think everything's pretty good. Yeah.
How's Milo?
Milo's doing good. We walk across the street. Well, I guess we drive across the street, and there's a park. We walk there like, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 times a week.
Nice.
He loves it.
Was he excited to see you when you showed up?
Yeah, he was. He couldn't stop like whining, crying, and playing.
Nice.
Yeah.
We get a red rocket.
Joey, did you actually have anything that was are you guys done? I don't want to.
Yeah, I think I'm done.
You're
Over
Okay.
everything
Joey's
else
done.
is just coronavirus,
Joey's
and
done.
we're inundated with that. Yeah.
Now,
You get new pedals. Check the retention system on the pedal itself before you fall over.
I would have been there for that. That would have been awesome. You didn't fall over though, did you?
No, I caught myself on a stop sign.
Did you really? Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think it was over at Asbury.
I do have an Instagram follow recommendation for the week. Lauf Cycling. I actually looked at their feed a few days ago just for fun. I had nothing else to do. And it actually is a pretty cool feed. They got a lot of good, cool bike porn on there, but then there's also just a bunch of goofy stuff too. So it kind of goes back and forth. Have you guys follow that, Lauf Cycling?
I do not.
Yes. Wes, you need back on social media now that you're gone.
I'm not interested. It's been good. You got to get rid of it. It's nice. It's relaxing.
I sent you a message, Wes. You need to pick one and get back there.
I won't.
It could be.
I'm so good without it.
Now, we know you spend a lot of time on Imgur. Does Imgur have like a user profile, or do you just?
Yeah. You have like a user profile.
Okay, so to show you how much we love you, Joey and I are going to set up Imgur social media profiles so that we can.
I'm on it right now.
I don't think it works like you think it works. It's literally just the image hosting website for Reddit.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. So, biggest news this week outside of Mid-South is going to be coronavirus and how it's shutting down everything. It shut down Croatan Buck 50. Dave canceled Monkey Knife Fight. Luleka Waika Hundo. Pat has postponed that. I know Dirty Kitten has posted some stuff. I tell you, I have to kind of applaud, Matt for that. It was a tough call. Tough call for Dave and Matt, for both of them.
Do you think this is a big conspiracy theory from the Democrats?
No.
What?
So I have yet to see an actual person on the news with this, and I found one person on YouTube who was infected, and he's sitting in a hospital drinking like hot toddies.
Yeah,
No.
It's not like you die because you get it.
Yeah, people do die because they get it.
I just think it's being blown up more than it should. Swine flu 09, you didn't see any of this on social media.
So I think
we didn't.
Yeah, but the transmission was different. That's the weird part. The transmission is very different.
When you live with somebody that is old and compromised and sick, you think about it pretty differently.
Yeah,
I'm expecting zombies.
The whole elder population is what we're protecting.
Yeah. And Joey, I'm sure you were joking. That was a tough call for Matt.
I was joking, but I also could have walked into Asbury yesterday. They need a little better security.
No, I wouldn't disagree with you on that. So breaking it down, we were all, Wes, this will all be new information for you. We were all prepped and ready. Ted came into town Thursday night. Larry had already made his way all the way down into Virginia on Thursday to be with his sister. And then, the email started flying out, and Matt sent the email probably, about 5:30, Joey, 6 o'clock?
Well, he sent one like at 3 o'clock saying, or is that the one you're talking about?
Whichever
like,
one
hey,
it was.
It's still on until further notice?
Yeah, so it was like 3 o'clock. He said, yeah, it's on. And then about 5:30 or 6, it was race canceled.
But that's how fast things are changing.
Well, yeah.
The governor issued that 100-person statement, and then he canceled.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's down to like 10 now. Yeah.
So I think it's such a big part, that community, we talk about it so often, is such a big part of the gravel world. And to get hit like that and something, especially so early in the season, these things are you're so pumped for them, you've trained for them, you're ready, and then for them to go away, it's tough. And then you think about the fact that you've lost some money because you've registered for these things. But I think it's time for us as a community to step up and say that was not an easy call for Matt to have to make, to cancel that race.
I think a lot of the Croatan people were pretty understanding.
Oh yeah,
on social media.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's my point. Is that people have been like that. I don't know that it's going to be across the board as we move further and further down the road. I don't know how long this is going to last. Nobody does. I think the best thing. What was that? I think that Joey just got coronavirus. That's what happens.
That's what it sounds. That's the first symptom.
I feel for the race organizers because I know they feel like it's a tough call and they're going to get a lot of grief over it. But the community did step up. I didn't see anybody bitching about it at Croatan.
There's a lot of businesses that are closing doors to protect their employees or customers or both,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, look at Mid-South, though. They bit the bullet and went with it. And then there was that news article about the outbreak in
Like the next day.
the town.
So we were all at Ruddy Duck on Thursday night, Ted, Joey, and myself, and trying to figure out, like, why don't we just go ahead and go down and ride? And I chatted with Matt, and he was like, yeah, they're open roads, and a lot of people are going to do that. We kind of left the Duck thinking we were going to do that. And then...
I was still like 50-50.
Yeah. And I felt bad about that, Joey. I felt like I did kind of push you into a place you didn't want to be and you weren't comfortable with, and I apologize for that. I felt
It's
bad
all
about
right.
it
I
later.
bailed. I'll take the fall, but
No,
I'm glad we stayed.
I think we all kind of walked away from that, and then the adrenaline, wore off, and it was like, okay, we need to really rethink this. And I think we did the right thing. We didn't go.
I do.
Larry took off and did a little couple of nights of bikepacking, and I think Ted did the same thing. And Joey and I ended up having to drive back and forth to Florida Saturday and Sunday to deal with some stuff with my daughter. Hey, man, I'm good at that cannonball. I'm getting really good at that cannonball run to Florida. I have got that nailed. And you know what I was doing is, and this is after I talked to Larry, I would stop to get gas and use drive-thrus, and every time I had to get in or out of the vehicle, I had my Lysol wipes, and I'd wipe the door handles and wipe the steering wheel and wipe the, you just don't know. Just wiping everything down, wiping my hands off with them and getting back in the car and keeping on. And hopefully it works, because, that stuff would kill people here in my home, and that's not cool. I think we made the right call. I think Matt made the right call. I think Dave made the right call with Monkey Knife Fight. I don't think anybody's going to disagree with any of that. It'll all settle down, Hopefully, the best thing that could happen, the best end result of this, could be all the people who are saying that it's all hype and overkill are quote unquote feel like they're vindicated because it actually passes. Because the flattening the curve with the social distancing, if all of that actually works, then that group of people is going to say, see, I told you so. But you know what? They can have it. They can have it for all I care.
What's done is done. It's for safety.
Yeah, and it's the right call. So I think anybody else out there that's got events that are coming, I know that people may have to start thinking about stuff into July and maybe even into August. My tour cancels all the way through May. My trips and my work has been canceled all the way through May. Who knows what'll happen with June and July?
You can work at the bike shop.
You're going to twist my arm to come work at the bike shop, Joey.
It's be like subtly, I'm just going to get into your head. You're like, maybe I should work at the bike shop.
Joey just wants another adult in the room. So, you guys have any opinions on what's going on coronavirus? I don't want to hog that whole conversation.
The only thing I was pissed about in itself is I had to work on my own bike.
Yeah, you did spend a lot of time.
I had to put my All City back together on Sunday. So I'm living pretty good. Sorry,
if that's the toughest thing. So, I mean,
personally, but the amount of people being affected is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
it changes every day. It changes several times during the course of a day. So
I was gonna say it changes like every 3 or 4 hours.
But yeah, I mean, like I was at work today, and before lunch they were like, "Yeah, we're going to come in for training every day." And we came back from lunch, and they're like, "We're sending you home right now, and you're definitely home for the rest of the week. We're going to figure out how to train you from home next week." So I mean, it changed within an hour at work today.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy, but no, the number of people though that are like panic buying, that's getting old real fast. That needs to change.
The toilet paper thing, and you can't get the hand sanitizer.
If you bought your regular supplies, or maybe did like one extra trip a week, you'd be just fine, and we wouldn't have these like outages of supplies. You can't refill the shelves that fast.
I think we ought to go on a hunt for those people that are trying to like profiteer and price gouge.
Dude, the Tennessee guy he's in trouble. You see that?
No, tell us.
So there's a guy in Tennessee that like bought a of like toilet paper, hand sanitizer and stuff. And he opened an Amazon, marketplace and eBay and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And well, Amazon and eBay, they shut him down. And, so he started selling on Craigslist. Well, Tennessee, the state got a hold of it, and they made them donate it all.
Nice.
So
Nice.
it all got donated, and then now they're pressing charges on them. So
Nice.
good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Those people are. No, I'm not going to say what they are. I don't want to. I could go off on that, but
They're dillweeds.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I'll
ridiculous.
say it.
Danguses.
Yeah.
Bunch of dangus.
Danglers.
Yeah.
And you know what the other end result is going to be? America is going to finally adopt the bidet.
Dude, I've got one.
Do you really?
Yeah, install it.
Where have you been?
You can just put it in your own toilet. You know that. You can just go online and buy one, and it fits right on your own toilet.
Now I'm going to
I
have
use
to.
a shower head.
Shower head works too, but then you got to put that on your head.
It happens.
I need a YouTube video lesson in the use of a bidet.
They've got them. I'm going to send you a link. I'll do it right now.
How do you dry yourself off after?
Yeah.
You just shake it off.
You shake it off. Shake it off.
Wouldn't you feel like you had like a wet ass?
Yeah, like a moist fart.
Yeah, moist. A Moist Fart by Phil Thomas.
Once again, anybody hasn't listened to episode 62, please go back and listen to Moist Farts in episode
I feel
62.
like 62 got lost in the Corona hype because that was
Yes.
the first big day.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. I will examine the link that you send later, Wes. I'm not going to look at it now because I see you're diligent. This is the first time you've sat up the whole episode.
I love it. Melanie got it for my birthday or Christmas, whichever one you can pick.
So you're
But
ahead
I
of the
love it.
curve. You're ahead of the curve.
Dude, the Japanese got that right. I don't know who made the bidet popular, but I feel like it was the Japanese, and they nailed that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to explore that. I'm gonna go bidet exploring down a rabbit hole. What happened in Mid South, Joey?
What happened in Mid South? I don't know much other than it was a shit show. So everyone actually rolled into there, not worried about Corona, and flying on airplanes because they have a huge amount of people that travel to it, which is cool and all, but current events popping up, I don't think it was as good as they thought it was.
Right.
They had like all of their out-of-country people cancel.
So I've got some numbers. There were 2,000 plus registrants and just over 1,400 actually showed up. So
Apparently, it was pretty dry. Like, it is known for being kind of sloppy and peanut buttery.
Mm-hmm.
And on Friday, it was kind of like the conditions were great. And I think they were looking at storms that were going to like pass through, like, split like Stillwater on Saturday. So everyone's looking good. And then everything rolled through and they delayed the race and it just became a shit show. Like, extremely muddy. You know, it was just like derailleur carnage kind of ride.
I was looking at Kelly Paddock. And
Yeah, she actually placed like top 5 or something in the females, right?
Yeah, something like that. She did really well. We still want to get her on here to do a recap, so I don't want to dig too deep into Mid-South mud. See what I did there, boys? Oh, thank you, Wes, for sending me.
You want to just open it up and look at the main page.
No,
you'll
I'm not,
appreciate it.
I'm not going to look
Trust,
at it.
just look at the main page.
We're
You'll appreciate that.
talking about muddy Mid-South, not bidet.
I know, but you're gonna open it and go, "That's a muddy Mid-South."
I know that it rained, and then but I saw her post something where she was wanting it to stop raining.
I think everyone wanted to stop raining. I know people at first were like, "Oh, you bring the rain. It's cool. It's like, you know, it's typical for the land run."
Yeah.
But hey, my picture's frozen.
Yeah, it is.
So you know what Salsa did?
What?
Man, they prayed to the Salsa gods because lo and behold, they released a bike specifically designed for events like land run called the Storm Chaser.
Do you think they meant to do that?
Well, I'm gonna say yes, but I'm gonna say they got lucky with the rain because like that bike dominated.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there was like 4 or 5 people racing it there. Like Matt Acker.
He finished 8th, I think.
Yeah, overall on a single
Yeah, 8th
speed.
overall. Yep, 8th overall.
Like there was other salsa people there. There was I think the brand manager for Issy Pedals had like a custom painted one, and he did pretty well on it. So I think all the single speed people did pretty well, obviously, because they weren't ripping off the derailleurs.
Let's see if I can find the women's. Well, of course, you can't find the women's standings.
Sexist people.
No joke. I'm not kidding you. I'm looking at the webpage. It's got the results, and because I wanted to see where Kelly finished, and it's just all it gives you is the 100-mile men finishers. You gotta be kidding me. That's ridiculous. Oh, there's a little tiny link where you can see the women's results over here. Good grief.
Miss Yeager was down there doing it.
Let's see where all of our friends finished on the secondary small tiny link where the women are listed. Let's see. That just pisses me off. Bear with me. Amanda Nauman finished second.
Oh, the that girl that rides, she's a pro roadie, finished first. I forgot her name. She rides for Stance.
Hannah Finchamp?
Yeah, I think she rides for, forgot what road team. Like her first road race was, or gravel race wasn't too long ago, and she won that too.
Kelly finished 10th. Congratulations,
Right.
Kelly. Finished 10th in the ladies.
If you go to the Mid-South webpage, you can search by male or female and then distance and day.
Yeah, I'm looking on the
It's pretty,
So
I was going to say, it's pretty well organized.
Celine finished 22nd.
Yeah.
Anybody else we know on this list? Jenny Hacker finished 35th. It's Matt Hacker.
That's not Matt Acker. That's his wife.
His wife. That's what I'm just.
Well, You said that's Matt Acker.
That's where I was going with it.
False.
False. Bears.
Beats Battlestar Galactica.
Well, there we go. So I found the women's standings. I don't really care about the men. Who cares?
The Instagram stories are pretty good for that one.
Yeah, it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Payson McElveen.
Jason McLevin.
McLevin.
He won.
He won it, and Colin Strickland. Colin Strickland finished. He won Dirty Cans last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I right in that? Remembering that correctly?
Hey, I got a question.
Yeah, sure.
Where's like Allison Tetrick and all this gravel racing?
She was at the USAC headquarters talking about how they should do gravel races. I don't know. I don't think she was there.
You're going to get a phone call next week.
That's fine.
be
I'm
fine.
looking for any type of outreach, good or bad.
I am a fanboy. I'm gonna give it that. So
Jess has been talking to her. We're waiting for Jess and her to come on.
I told him and
It's like, just give them the show that week.
well, yeah, I actually offered
We'll
that.
get like Alex Howell too.
Like I
Oh, there you
offered
go.
that. I said, y'all should get the ladies together, and I will produce it. It'll be an all-female version of Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. And
That'd be awesome.
I am happy to run the tech, run the board, do the recording, get them all set up, and produce it, and just keep my pie hole shut, and let it be an all-chick version.
You should be a producer, Brian.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, I offered it, and I'm hoping they'll take me up on it. So this bike that was introduced at Mid-South, Joey, Salsa Storm Chaser, tell us about it.
Well, just like the name, it chases storms.
That's its whole job.
Yeah, it was technically, I wouldn't say technically, it was designed for events like Land Run because it's known to be sloppy, kind of carnage with derailleurs getting ripped off, et cetera, et cetera. So wanted like a no-nonsense gravel through axle single speed bike with clearance. That's kind of about it.
It's gorgeous. Let's talk about the form. It's a beautiful bike.
So like you go to like the first article, it's the bike, and then the next picture is a derailleur wrapped up on a bike, and then brakes clogged up. So what it is, it's a it's almost similar geo to a Warbird, if not the same. The rear dropouts are interchangeable, so you can technically put a new dropout on with a rear derailleur hanger.
So it's got a sliding dropout.
Yeah, so it does have a sliding dropout. It comes with a 40 tooth up front, and then if you buy the whole bike, and then it has a 17 and 18 tooth cog. It comes with, so you can interchange it.
It's aluminum frame.
Yeah, it's aluminum carbon fork. It's that. It's got all the little. You can put like 3 water bottle cages, all the fork stuff. It's got all the little nubbins.
Like the
that
fire
salsa-
starters, whatever.
Yeah,
Tons of little braze-ons all over the place.
yeah. It's a beautiful copper color. I think they did 250 in that of everything.
Now, someone we know is getting one of those, right?
Yeah, that's what Jess's bike's been on order this whole time for like the last 2 months.
That we've been talking. This is the first time you can actually talk about it, and you forgot.
And I was waiting for talking about the Storm Chaser. Yeah, so we'll have one in the store for people to check out, I think, next week.
Can't wait.
It's priced pretty well. It's like $1,500 fully built, or like $1,000 for the frame. You definitely save so much money with the full build because it's a pretty solid build.
Maybe I'll be working in the shop by then.
There. It'd be
It'd be easy. Just go in.
Actually, they're all sold out of these ones, but they're supposed to have the non-limited versions or whatever come out soon. I think they were trying to up the hype first.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see the color in person because it looks so sweet on the website. I just hope it plays out.
You obviously can't run a front derailleur if you do go geared, and I don't think it has any more clearance for anything bigger than a 40 tooth on the crank, which is the downside to it, which isn't a big downside. You're obviously not riding road with it, but
Yeah, but you could.
someone wanted to gear up a little bit, you couldn't up front at least.
So 40 is the biggest you can go in the front.
Yeah, from what I've seen all over the internet and the interweb, that's about it.
So we'll put some pictures, some stock pictures, maybe on Instagram for people to see.
Oh man, I hate stock photos.
Yeah, just wait till he gets the bike. When do you get it?
Yeah, hopefully this week.
Yeah, wait till you actually get it. It'd be worth it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that then. So that kind of wraps up. Anything else you want to talk about with Storm Chaser?
No, I'm actually pretty excited. Like, I think she's going to love it. In the worst case she doesn't love it, we're going to put a 1x-GRX system on it.
Sweet.
As a single speed, and you can always take it back. So, I don't know. It seems like a one-all, do-all. We'll see how she likes single speed. I don't know if she's going to like it for something like Rothrock. That's unless we put a big cog in the back. No, it's pretty cool. I like how Salsa launches bikes at events like that, because I think 2 years ago, they launched Journeyman down there, too.
Didn't they do something similar with the War Road? Was it an event?
Yeah, War Road they do like events for all their bikes, which is cool.
Yeah, War Road was released in it. I can't remember which it was, but I remember there was some hype when that was released.
And I think this was the first big event where they didn't have the chase there. It's just kind of sad.
Yeah.
Chazé.
Yeah.
Yeah, chase. So yeah, that wraps up Storm Chaser, not to be confused with Storm Trooper, which would be awesome.
All right, fellas, let's do this or that. You guys ready for this?
I'm about to slap the ham with my corned beef.
First item on this week's This or That. Joey, you're first. I'm second. Wes, so glad you're back, buddy, to muck it all up at the end. I'm so excited.
I don't know. Bill was pretty good last week.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. Moist farts. Would you rather have uncontrollable gas at work for the rest of your life or uncontrollable gas every time you see your wife for the rest of your life? Joey?
I think I told you this is like normal for me. For both.
Both?
I mean, I'm going to go with the wife because it's a little less embarrassing if I'm in retail, so customers, but Max is always next to me at work, so I can just blame it on him.
He did that the other day when I was in the shop, too. I think that's where coronavirus started.
Oh, he was bad today. That's pink eye, Brian.
So since I kind of work alone, I'm pretty sure I'd rather have uncontrollable gas at work. Because it really doesn't affect anybody but me. Wes?
Now, is it like the first time I walk around the corner, I see my wife, and then I fart? Or is it like the entire time I see her, I'm just farting?
Yeah, I think it's just the first time. Every time you see her. So when you see her.
So if I turn around and then turn back around, fart.
You always require clarification, which is fine.
Yeah, because if I just see her one time and it's good for the day, then I'm like, all right, I'll do that.
No, I think it's uncontrollable while you are.
I gotta pick work. I think I'd have a divorce if I farted the entire time I was around my wife.
You could blame it on Vikram. Vikram, you did that again. Second item on this or that: Corona or swine.
I got swine in 09, baby.
Did you really get swine?
Yeah.
What's your choice?
I was put in the hospital for like a day, and then I just had to sit at home for like a week. Felt like death.
Okay, I think I would. So it comes down to beer or bacon. I will take bacon as well. Bacon, so swine for me. Wes?
I go Corona. Let's go for it.
Leroy chickens.
So third item on this.
I'm all in.
I
could have it for now, as all as I know.
You could be giving it to us over Skype.
Who knows?
It could be Skype contagious.
Is that how the Chinese got it here?
I think so. No, they sent it over in GTD jerseys is what they did. You know, the coronavirus showed up about the same time that our GTD jerseys shipped. That was when it all blew up.
Oh, we didn't talk about jerseys showing up. We didn't talk about how we didn't know they're going to be there in time. And then everyone got the shipping notification, and then Philip was going to hand ours in person on Friday before everyone else. And now we're the last people to get them.
We were going to be the first. Now we're the last.
Yeah.
Would you prefer, third item on this or that, lockdown in your favorite bike shop or lockdown in a coffee shop? Joey?
I'm going to go coffee shop.
I
work in a bike shop all day. I don't want to be in another one all day.
I would go with coffee shop too, because they have donuts and pastries there. And then you would just be able to look at the bikes, and you wouldn't be able to actually do anything. You'd have to set up like a little course in the bike shop. Because assuming
Been there, done that.
Well, wait a minute now.
Yeah, I was gonna say bike shop sounds like a lot more fun right now.
Yeah, assuming lockdown, you could actually clear like make a course, and you could have like the little on Strider bikes. You could have like a little Strider bike obstacle course. Oh, that would be fun.
It's harder than you think.
We used to do this a long time ago.
And I don't drink
We
coffee.
broke a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to change my answer. I'm going to go bike shop. Wes?
I think the coffee shop will be fun for a minute. I think bike shop. You're just going to have fun the whole time.
Yeah, because how many times can you pick up a coffee cup with your wrong name on it?
Plus, we've got a coffee maker.
No fun in the bike shop.
There's a coffee maker at the shop.
Last item on this or that, number 4. No toilet paper or have to poop every 30 minutes. Joey?
Man, this is like geared towards me because I feel like I poop every 30 minutes. Too.
That's why Wes and I were both laughing.
I'm going to go every 30 minutes because I'm used to that.
It's Joey's regular schedule. He's like, hey, extended the time from 15 to 20. Nice. It would be devastating to not have toilet paper.
Well, if you got a bidet.
I would also have to poop every 30 minutes, I think. Wes?
Dude, get a bidet. It'll save your life.
I do
I'll
think
take
that
no toilet paper. Yeah.
that is going to be the end result of all of this, is that America is finally going to adopt the bidet.
I hope the world adopts the bidet.
So anything else you guys got before we wrap this up?
Oh, man, I forgot to go over my, what have I done this week?
Oh, Jesus. Go ahead.
Just kidding.
How do you always have so much to talk about?
I do. I work in a bike shop. I got everything to talk about.
Okay. Seriously, nothing else before we shut this down? Because I'm going to go ahead and wrap her up. You guys are playing with lights. Okay. Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to this episode of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. This is a listener-supported podcast by some incredible people on Patreon or PayPal. So why don't you take a minute and think about joining us there? Our show can be found wherever you find your favorite podcast. Hey, Wes, how do people get in touch with us?
Easy, Brian. Hop on your computer because that's all you can do now at graveltraveldirt.com. Then head on over to Instagram because you're still doing it. Mid-Atlantic GTD. Then, since you're so bored of the internet now, pick up your phone, call your grandma, say hi. Tell your grandma hi and give us a call at 410-231-3850. And remember, if you're still using Ask GTD with the hashtag in front of it, you're the only one doing it if you're listening.
I don't think we're checking it anymore either. So I think we're probably going to have to shut that little puppy down. Shut her down. Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt is recorded this week from all over the place. From Michigan, from Solomon's, from the Beat Labs. To the back wall of my bedroom. So thanks for riding along, everybody. Until next time, do good, be nice, go slow, respect others, and stay healthy.
Or not, it's your life.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye. Love you, bye.
Bye-bye.
We're recording, so we can kick this puppy off anytime.
Don't kick a dog.
You don't want to kick a puppy?
Especially not a puppy.
Oh, that's a good one, Wes.
Thanks.
I still want to kick Muppets. I so badly want to kick some Muppets around on a boat.
That's kind of rude.
Yeah, but they're just Muppets.